Yo, what's up guys? I'm Fang, and I will be breaking down some of my gameplay using the best graveyard variation in the meta. I played some insanely tough matchups, so you're going to want to stick to the end to see how I come out on top. Alright, hopping into the first game here. This was like taking on a 30 game or 60 game like streak, and I was just so tilted playing the game. Like, I was facing terrible matchups so much. Like, you can see me, I put the angry emoji because I have been playing Lava Hound so many times that as soon as I saw the Valkyrie, I'm like, yep, this is Lava Hound. And then the Skeleton Dragons at the bridge confirmed it. But I will show you guys how I won this match. So, I obviously went for the Knight to go for the Valkyrie and then Furnace the middle. And because I knew he was playing Lava Hound, I kind of knew his deck already. So I had the ability to go in with my graveyard, and my Furnace actually took out the guards there, and that's kind of why I went for the poison, and I knew that my Furnace would also splash on the Spirit Empress. So, I mean, like, literally just the starting play, I'm up like 3,000 damage. And all I have is a Lava Hound and a 1 HP Spirit Empress to take care of. I tried to block the Spirit Empress shot with my Knight, but I missed the first one, but it's okay. He wasted his Goblin Curse on my my Goblin Hat for no reason. So now I have a little counter push. Forced out his Skeleton Dragons. As you can see, I'm up 3 elixir right here, or 4 elixir. I mistimed my Bar Barrel. I was just trying to get some extra chip and maybe force something out. But yeah, really the point in this matchup, you want to just like punish them whenever they go for like big elixir things in the back. Like yeah, I made him force out his guards, which means all he has to counter my graveyard is his curse. But I wasn't gonna go in anytime soon because I just needed to defend. But you know, as a control deck, you want to defend and then make a counter push. So as you can see right here, I have a really good counter push going, which used my graveyard, knew he was gonna curse. So I got my poison down, and my spirits were actually chipping on the tower because of his miner placement too. So Evo Furnace coming in clutch there, and then from just that, he just gave up. So easy 3 round for me. Alright, next match here is against another Lava Hound player. These matches weren't consecutive, so I just like picked the ones that I knew you guys would probably need help with. Mostly I need help with these decks too, because like Lava Hound is just so bad against like Splash Shard, which I have been playing. So that's why I basically switched to this deck, because I mean it's a little bit better. But yeah, I saw the Skeleton Dragons. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna poison those. This is probably gonna be Lava Hound. Usually in Lava Hound matches, you're gonna want to go opposite lane. I know in the first game I didn't, but it's better if you go opposite lane, just because you don't want them to support their pushes, which is why I go for my Furnace on the left, knowing he'd have to do something about it. I go Berserker Graveyard, knowing he'd have to go for his guards, and like I said, my Furnace is gonna chip away at his guards and stuff. And now he has nothing to protect his Lava Hound, so it's just an easy defense for me. Bar Barrel to take out everything else there. I probably should have gone Knight instead of Skeletons to tank for everything. But instead I just waited and I got to my poison, which it's okay. Low key at the beginning of this game, I saw his name Mega Lava. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be facing a Lava Hound player with Mega Knight. Like, can you imagine a Mega Knight deck with Lava Hound? Like, would that even be good? That'd be crazy. But yeah, knew he had Fireball to take out my Furnace and Zap. But that'd be 6 elixir on 4. So, just Furnace the back. He goes for Miner. I try to predict it in the front, but it's actually in the back. And then he goes for Curse and Fireball at the same time. And then Zap, so he just used all 3 of his spells for like 8 elixir. And he's not even going to get any damage with his Lava Hound. The only damage he got there was with his spells. But now I have a nice little counter punch on the right that he's probably gonna have to respond to. Yeah, forced out the skeleton dragons. I didn't know what to do there, so I just went for my barbarian barrel. Since I had the Evo furnace on the left, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna push in. I tried to get my poison on the Inferno Dragon too, but I somehow missed. Nice, right there we forced out the Evo Zap, which is really, really good for us. And I wanted to keep pressuring him because that furnace was going to be a lot for him to take care of. And I went Berserker too, forcing him to use his Miner, which was his only ground card. And the curse really just bailed him out there, but I mean, it's fine. I kind of thought about going for poison, but I knew that'd be an overcommitment. So I just set up on defense. My furnace placement right here was kind of bad. I should have had it on the right side of the Princess Tower. But because he went for Fireball Zap, I just went all in on the left. Knowing he doesn't have a lot of ground cards, I went for my Berserker with my Knight. And I got a lot of damage from that, because all he had to do is use his curse. Yeah, I got my Evo Furnace down. He went for his Fireball, of course, and zapped it. Berserker to tank, and I tried to go for my skeletons on the left, but the Berserker kited the skeleton dragon on the right, so that got some damage that I did not want. So I just went for Graveyard Poison, knowing that it'd probably take the tower regardless. But I mean, man, the guards and the Goblin Curse just ate my graveyard away. But I mean, he went for Lava Hound at the bridge. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta cycle back quick. I was just trying my best to cycle, ignoring the Miner and just going. You can actually see I didn't even get my poison on the tower. I got cut off on that last game there, but I wanted to emphasize how important it is to go for your furnaces on the opposite lane when they have big spells like that, because of that choice right there is what got me that win. So anyways, this game here was against the other good variation in the meta right now, but obviously since I'm showing you this game, my variation's better. But I mean, man, like these graveyard decks are just so crazy, man. I went for the graveyard really aggressive here just because I saw the minions and the snowball, and I low-key thought it was going to be giant graveyard. But once I saw the giant skeleton, I'm like, oh, this is not giant graveyard. I should not have gone for the graveyard. Yeah, you don't usually want to do that unless you know for certain what their deck is. Like telltale giveaways, like in the earlier games, Lava Hound, you'll always know if it's Skeleton Dragons, it's going to be Lava Hound. But I mean, I should have just waited and tried to see what his deck was. But we did get 1,000 damage off the graveyard, so we're chilling. And it's nice that he was using Cannoneer because Cannoneer isn't that good against graveyard. He made me force out my furnace with his minions, which I didn't really want to do. But then he thought I was going to go in for a graveyard, which made him use his giant skeleton, which was a pretty bad play by him. And just Knight Berserker to take it out. Set up with my own Goblin Knight here, just because I have the damage lead, so now I'm going to play like an actual control deck. And really good thing in this matchup is that they do not have a big spell. They have Snowball and Goblin Curse, so your Evo Furnace is going to thrive. It's going to work so well. So I just went Knight Graveyard here, knowing that my Furnace was going to take everything he placed out. Poison on everything. Like, because I went for my Graveyard on top of the Furnace, I'd get so much more poison value, knowing that he'd have to respond to it more since the Furnace was locked onto my Knight. So I just set up with another Furnace in the back. Goblin Hut the middle, just to like reset. Block the bridge immediately, make sure that that Evo Furnace does not cross the bridge and give me any trouble. And I just poison on his graveyard just to be safe. Yeah, my Evo Furnace on the right might be doing some work. He had to block the bridge. I don't know why he blocks the bridge so consistently when I'm not going in. But I mean, this guy, obviously, he's not that good of a player. You can see he has a level 14 giant skeleton, which is super rare when you're in high elo. This isn't that high of elo, but this is like right outside of top 10k. But I mean, like, man, winning games at this elo is so difficult. Like, you see these matchups, bro. I went for a graveyard. I had to use my poison at the last second because I went for my Evo Furnace on the right, which probably wasn't that good of a play. Like, I could have saved it and then went for it later and for a bigger push. But I mean, it's fine. We're still up 600 damage. So I mean, as you can see, whenever he places his Goblin Hut, I go for my own. Just because I want to have the same cycle as him, kinda. And the Goblin Hut is always good when you just have it down. So I blocked the bridge here with my Knight. Poison on the graveyard like usual. And I went for another Goblin Hut the middle. And right here, it actually got kind of scary. I was a little nervous, but I knew if I just kited everything back up top and kept my Furnace alive, I'd be fine. I kind of wanted to go Knight on the left, on that top that Furnace, but I realized that if I did that, then it'd probably be a bad play. Right here, I definitely should not have gone for the Evo Furnace at the bridge. I should have gone for my Poison, and then saved my Evo Furnace, taking out his minions and stuff. And then I didn't have my Poison in cycle, so I just placed everything I had on top of that. Furnace the top, make sure that that Giant Skeleton does not get close to my tower. And he was stacking things up a lot right here. And like, once again, I was actually kind of getting nervous. But like, I knew there was 20 seconds left, and that I'd be fine. And then right here, I saw that everything was like kind of low. So I just went for my graveyard, knowing that I'd get enough elixir and then just cycle back. And like, look how much damage my graveyard got. But like, that decision won me the game right there in the very, very final seconds. Next game here against probably the most hated deck in the game right now. Or at least my most hated deck in the game right now. And that's, of course, Pekka Goblin Giant. They just put a Pekka in the back, put a Goblin Giant behind it, and then your tower's gone. And then they have a Goblin Curse to take out your entire graveyard. And have a counter push. So, I mean, looking at the Royal Chef, I instantly knew that it was going to be some sort of beatdown deck. I mean, what a surprise after all these matches I've been playing. Another beatdown deck. But I knew specifically that it was going to be Pekka Goblin Giant. I was kind of waiting for him to make the first move. But, like, I figured I have probably a shorter cycle than him. So I'm just going to go for my Berserker in the back. And, of course, the best counter to a Berserker is a level 16 Pekka, you know? So, just getting ready for this defense. Knew he was going to just pocket all of his elixir at the bridge, furnace the back, and just wait to see what else he does. Cycle in the back. He goes for Goblin Machine at the bridge, so I went for my Knight, and then my Goblin Hut, just kind of predicting that he was going to go for a Goblin Giant. And then he went for it late after the Goblin Machine hit it. So now he has a full HP Goblin Giant just coming straight to my tower. He uses Rage, and I'm just like trying everything I can just to not take a ton of damage. So yeah, I gave him the well played, you know, he put, I'm not going to do the math, but I'm going to guess like 20 elixir at the bridge and more on my tower. But thankfully my Barbarian and the Skeleton got some nice damage, so we're not even that far from the lead now. He sets up with his Evo Pekka in the back, you know, deep breath. Get ready for this defense, because it's going to be tough. I go for a Goblin Hut, I think. Yeah, Goblin Hut. I did it like that placement, which is in the left lane, but one tile higher up, because it still kites the Goblin Hut. I mean, not the Goblin Hut, the Goblin Giant. And it gets some good damage. My Furnace actually did like a lot of good damage there. And my Poison and then Barbarian Barrel just like took everything out. And I have like a decent counter push building up right here, and he goes for his Ewiz and his Bomber at the bridge for like no reason. Like, he just overcommitted really hard. So I go for Barbarian Barrel plus Graveyard, and of course he just has Curse and then Rage, so I'm not going to get that much damage. But thankfully my Evo Furnace is going to take out majority of his Goblin Machine, if not all of it. And then he goes for a Goblin Giant the bridge. Like, these Goblin Giant players just have no brain whatsoever. I mean, like, the plays that they're making is just crazy. So I knew that he had these Goblin Curse not in cycle, so I went for my graveyard, and of course he just Goblin Machine, and then cycled back. 4 Elixir, fully defended my graveyard, and has a ton of goblins coming straight to my tower. But most importantly, I am up like 1,500 damage. So I'm just gonna have to set up on this defense. And then randomly, out of nowhere, he pulls a lightning, like just out of nowhere. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this matchup can't get any worse. So I just need to cycle back as quickly as I can to my Goblin Hut. And I actually got a really nice prediction with my Barbarian Barrel. My intention was to just pull the Pekka back, but it instead it killed the Bomber. So that was actually really nice for me. I waited for the Pekka to go lock on the Spear Goblin so I could go for my Knight on the Eva's. And then he just goes for a Eva Pekka at the bridge for no reason. Against a ton of Spear Goblins and a Furnace. He goes Goblin Machine the bridge, just trying to support anything he can. Anything and everything he can, dude. I mean, she's crazy. Weird Goblin Giant placement. I don't know why he went for that. And right there, I knew that was a terrible mistake by him. Because he'd have to defend the graveyard with so much elixir like he has been. I can literally just stack up all of my cards all at once. You see, I have so much on the board and he has no answer. That Ewis gets obliterated. And I take out his tower. And the BM to top it off. Final game of the video right here. You might be wondering, Fang, do you get any good matchups? No, I don't. I don't get any good matchups. And if I do, I just don't. Okay, so I saw the snowball and I saw that it wasn't Evo, so I was kind of confused. Oh wait, was it Evo? I actually just forgot. I think it was Evo, my bad. But I saw the Evo, I'm thinking maybe this is Giant Graveyard or something. And I saw the Skeletons and the Monk, I'm like, okay, this is RG. I haven't faced RG in a long time, actually. So, and he had Phoenix, which is kind of refreshing to see Phoenix, somebody playing Phoenix. I went for my Furnace, trying to get onto the Phoenix, but I accidentally hit the Monk instead. And then I just used my Berserker to kite the Phoenix back. Okay, yeah. You can't see it in replay mode, but it is a Evo Snowball. Like, you can't see it being played, but you can see it in their hand. So yeah, I saw the RG, I'm like, okay, this is RG. Knight the back, set up with an early Goblin Giant. Not Goblin Giant, Goblin Hut. I don't know if that's the optimal placement. It might be like one tile lower, or maybe to the right a little bit. But, yeah. I went for my Furnace down low, and my Barbarian Barrel to kite. And I have a lot of Spear Goblins just chipping away at everything. And if you guys have noticed, he has no big spell. So once again, my Evo Furnace will cook. He will go crazy. So I went for my graveyard here, and I saw the Mother Witch. Like, what? Why do you have a Mother Witch? You have the Phoenix. Just use a Fisherman. I was so pissed. I was so angry after all the beatdown decks and just terrible matchups I've been facing. Like, as you guys have been seeing. Lava Hound with Goblin Curse. Lava Hound with Lightning. Everything. I saw the Mother Witch. I was so mad. But I knew that if I just played better than him, I would win. Like, as you can see, I'm already up 1.4 thousand damage, so I just have to play good, and I will be chilling. Barbarian Barrel here. Took a shot, but, I mean, it's okay. Really important thing, when you're going against Mother Witch, you have to poison it every single time. If you don't, you lose the game. So never go for a graveyard without going for a poison. And right here, I kind of wanted to just force out his, Mother Witch, which is exactly what I did, and he went for his Monk for some reason, which was actually really good for me because it went behind the RG, so that it wouldn't be able to tank for the RG, which is like so good for me. And then he went for his RG behind his RG at the bridge. I was kind of nervous here, but I quickly got back to my Goblin Hut and I was fine. Berserker actually putting in some good work, but somehow that RG got 2 hits. That was not looking good for me. But I still have the damage lead, and he doesn't have a big spell, so this matchup is a lot better. Even though he has a Mother Witch, he doesn't have a big spell, so it's not going to be as bad. So I just set up with an Evo on early Goblin Hut in the same placement that I told you guys earlier. And I waited for the Mother Witch, and he got it behind his King Tower, so I couldn't get the poison on it. But I went for it anyway, just to try and kill those hogs, because I don't want him to get a really, really big push here. Evo Furnace, you can see, just pay attention to that Evo Furnace cooking. Getting so much damage and just so much value. He got 2 Mother Witches down, and I was kind of nervous, but deep breaths, we lock in. That Furnace is just cooking. It's still alive, hasn't been touched. And I've got a decent counter push going on right here. And I went for my Furnace instead of anything smaller because I know he's going to have to use a lot of his elixir. And look at the Fire Spirits taking out his tower. Oh my gosh, I was so happy. I had to celebrate. I mean, I deserve that win. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video and stuck to the end, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. I'll see you guys in the next one.